So I know it's been a long journey for all of us PayPal shareholders, but there are some signs finally coming through that could signal that PayPal is ready to completely skyrocket up. So let's talk about exactly that. Let's talk about the 3 reasons PayPal may be ready to skyrocket up. And of course, you guys know it's not all roses and sunshine, so we'll absolutely discuss the one giant risk factor that I see with the stock as well. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype and if you like these style videos. So the first reason I think PayPal is ready to skyrocket is just look at the numbers. At this point in time, guys, the numbers just don't correlate with the stock price. The stock is so disconnected from the fundamentals, it's not even funny at this stage. There's no chance. So this is not a dying company is what I'm trying to say here. There are times in the market where a stock, basically the company is performing, but the stock price gets decoupled. And it happens both ways, right? It happens to the negative, to where the stock price is beaten way down, but yet the financials are telling a different story, and vice versa, where a stock is way up here, but the company's actually not performing at all. It's just caught up in some sort of a crazy hype run, or something else like that is going on, that basically the fundamentals underneath are telling a completely different story. So stocks get decoupled from the actual stock price. So the company gets decoupled from the stock price. It happens all the time in the stock market, and we're seeing it right now with PayPal. What I mean by that is it's not a dying company. That's the narrative. That's the price. That's how it's being priced. This is a dying company going nowhere. There's no growth prospects into the future. And you kind of balance that off of the fact that we just saw record revenue. So a company that's dying last quarter put up record revenue. And by the way, there was nothing special that went on last quarter. There was no, huge reveal, one time, whatever. There was nothing. It was just another quarter of performance where they saw growth, despite the narrative being the opposite, that they're actually dying. The numbers told me something completely different. And that's basically before the management team jumps in there and does all the things they're going to do. Think about that for just a second. The management team just told us on the earnings call, they're looking to really lean out the company, really cut expenses, really kind of double down on things that are making them the most money, that are the highest profitable products that they have, cutting a lot of the fat. This is before all that happens. They're setting record revenue numbers and seeing actual growth. So for me as an investor, the numbers are telling a different story. Look at Black Friday. It's a record Black Friday, despite everybody saying the doom and gloom and oh my gosh, the stores weren't packed and people weren't fighting in the aisle. So therefore Black Friday must be bad, which of course, I don't know. That's just typical stupid media and YouTube narratives that are out there. But nonetheless, you had record Black Friday. So that's coupled with coming off a record quarter. So you're trying to tell me that you don't think PayPal isn't getting a chunk of that record Black Friday? I think that they are. I think we're setting up for an incredible quarter, and that's before management does what they're going to do. So to me, it stands to reason if we got record Black Friday, we're going to see a record revenue number over here for PayPal. And speaking of Black Friday, don't worry if you missed that sale. The Cyber Week sale is live and it ends this weekend, and the discount has never been bigger than it is right now. So make sure you jump all over it if you want to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time. You want to take 5 courses free, see my watch list complete with price targets. You want to be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there. You want to be able to talk to me directly anytime you want, have all of us help you learn how to invest better, create price targets and plans and all other things like that. You want to be able to jump on our earnings calls where we do live earnings calls reviews where I don't give you a reaction and some craziness like that. No, we just straight up go through what does a 20+ year seasoned investor see in an earnings call, and so much more, guys. There's not a group out there that gives you more for the price. So make sure you check out the pinned comment and take advantage of the sale before it expires and the price goes up forever. All right, so reason number 2 is Wall Street is actually coming around to PayPal. Look, it's been more than a year since I've heard any positive talk about PayPal, and you're starting to hear some rumblings. Now, I understand we don't necessarily want Kramer jumping on board yet or anything else like that, but nonetheless, I'm starting to hear, even in my own investing circles that have nothing to do with the news media or anything else, people starting to come around to, hey, PayPal might very well be a good deal. Hey, we really like what the management team is doing and kind of how they're shaping up. There's a lot of positive talk around PayPal. And a lot of the reasons why I'm hearing that is because a lot of folks feel that, hey, that the big tech run that has kind of basically just been ridiculous this year is not necessarily overvalued or crazy or anything, but it's definitely running out of steam. And they're starting to look for that next undervalued play. And man, PayPal seems to fit the bill, at least to explore further for a lot of those folks. And again, like we just talked about, there's a lot of folks excited about the management change and kind of saying, hey, they're not just doing this halfway. They're coming in and they're replacing people right and left in the upper management team to bring in an entirely new team, an entirely new vision or basically to kind of complete that new vision that the CEO just laid out there. And they're making strides toward that. They're bringing in industry veterans that a lot of folks feel very, very comfortable with. Now, you're right. There's not the huge money flowing in, piles and piles and piles of money and everything else flowing into PayPal like we want to see. But they are starting to see a little bit of positive momentum, some positive talk. And more importantly, there is some money starting to trickle into PayPal, which leads me perfectly to reason number 3. And that is the stock performance after earnings this time. Go back and look. Basically, for more than a year now, it's felt like every single time earnings has come out, it has been the start of just an epic collapse down further, basically a huge leg down every single time after earnings. And guess what? This past earnings, that didn't happen. We're actually seeing the opposite. We're actually seeing ourselves up about 10% from those 52-week lows or whatever, 7-year lows, whatever the heck the number was. The point being, we've actually seen a nice gain up after earnings instead of just a complete crater down. Now, yes, I agree. PayPal has had a 10% run or more only to just crater down even further that next big leg down. I agree there completely, guys. But what we haven't seen is we haven't seen this 10% run up happen after an earnings call. So that to me could very well signal that we will see PayPal rocket up here in the future. But that also leads me to the one risk that we absolutely have to discuss here, guys, because it's not all just, everything's awesome and hey, we're just taking the rocket ship up to the moon, right? The bigger risk factor that I see is the CEO told us, and he basically will probably reiterate it on the next earnings call, that this turnaround is going to take time. And I don't think Wall Street is going to pile into it like they did with Meta whenever they had their turnaround. So there's a lot of folks I'm starting to think, and I'm starting to see some little bit creep in regards to, hey, this could very well, double up or triple up real quick. And there's a great trade here. And there's a lot of other things like that. I don't think it's going to move that fast. I think it's going to be a slow grower. So I think we need to make sure we kind of temper our expectations and get excited, but understand that, wow, management is one misstep away, one missed number away. There's a lot of different risk factors right now whenever you're kind of on eggshells and you're new and you're trying to kind of create that bottom up. You need to have multiple quarters of absolutely great performance and performing to what you say in order for us, and at least for myself, to feel comfortable that a bottom is formed and that we're absolutely back on the trajectory up. So for me, patience is going to be the key to getting through this time period and getting ourselves out to the other side to where we really stand to make a lot of money. The Cyber Week sale is live and it ends this weekend, and the discount has never been bigger than it is right now, so make sure you jump all over it. If you want to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time, you want to take 5 courses free, see my watch list complete with price targets, you want to be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, you want to be able to talk to me directly anytime you want, have all of us help you learn how to invest better, create price targets and plans and all other things like that. You want to be able to jump on our live Q&As. You want to be able to jump on our earnings calls where we do live earnings calls reviews where I don't give you a reaction and some craziness like that. No, we just straight up go through what does a 20+ year seasoned investor see in an earnings call and so much more, guys. There's not a group out there that gives you more for the price. So make sure you check out the pinned comment and take advantage of the sale before it expires and the price goes up forever. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market, and click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.